Everyone dreams about living an uncommon life, but how we define that dream is very different for each of us. And for most, it's a lifelong pursuit. Welcome to the Uncommon Life Project podcast. We're going to introduce you to people who are living that life or enjoying the journey to get there. We're going to also give you some tools, tricks, and tips for starting or accelerating your own efforts to live an uncommon life, a life worth celebrating and savoring. Please welcome your hosts, Brian Dewhurst and Philip Ramsey.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Uncommon Life Project, where I'm your host, Philip Ramsey.
And I am Aaron Kramer.
Hello and welcome. We got another simple step for you. We've been really enjoying doing these. These are quick, short bursts of something that you can do that are important to your own uncommon journey or your own financial journey or however you want to say that, pursuing your passion. This one is really near and dear to me. It is mentorship.
Powerful.
Do you have a mentor in your life? So one, let's first define it. I think a mentor sees more, I would say, something bigger than yourself, sees more potential in you than you see in yourself, and is willing to prove it to you.
Yes.
Invest the time, invest resources, and help you prove to yourself that you have something bigger inside of you, have more potential than you ever thought possible. That to me is a mentor. In childhood, we know how important it is because what do? We always have coaches. We coach this, we coach that. Even your parents might even say like, hey, we're going to get a specialist to help you with this. But as we get older and things start mattering more, it's like we don't even go to it at all. It's just like moving on. We got this. So I think there's the first thing is if you don't have a mentor in your life, or if you ever have had a mentor, think about the growth that you've had in that specific place or time, and then see how powerful it can be now. Think about our problems that we have just on a day-to-day basis. To have somebody to walk through that with as a mentor to pour into you is priceless.
Yes.
So here's your application. If you don't have a mentor, get a mentor. Let's riff on it. Let's go. Aaron.
Yeah, so I think mentors are amazing. I think mentors come in all sizes and forms. But like the biggest thing a mentor can do for you, like, and this is where you need to be coachable,
That's
everything.
Good.
But like they're there to call you out on your inauthentic behavior.
Yeah.
Like you think that I'm aligned with my values. This is what I'm doing and everything. Well, guess what? A mentor and the mentor could be a friend or it could be a coworker, but like call you like, hey, I noticed that you say you're doing this, but you're failing here.
Right.
And like, we all have blind spots.
Answer that, not the truth.
Yeah. So like having a mentor is a really good, like in my eyes, is someone that's to see my blind spots.
All right. That's
call
good.
me out on it.
Right. And love me enough to like help me try to work through that. So here's something that I've always said. This is an analogy. Everybody knows I love analogies, especially if you're a longtime listener. I'm sorry. So it's like you are going to go walk up to the cutest girl in middle school and ask her to dance. And you have a huge booger in your nose or like coming out of your nose. Right. And you come to your friend and you're like, listen, man, I'm going to go ask Susie to dance. And he doesn't tell you anything about your face and the booger.
Oh man.
And you go up to Susie, rough ride, right? It's going to get ugly. Not only is it hard for this, but then you find out you have a booger. Like it's tragic. Okay. But a good mentor, a good friend is like, hey, listen, I don't want to tell you this, buddy, but you got a booger hanging out your nose. Like, yeah, I would rather be the one to tell you this than when it matters most. And then, like, or your zipper's down, whatever. Like, it's not easy to have that conversation. But what I have found in my life, the people that I gravitate to most care enough about me to then tell me, hey, I have a booger hanging out your nose, or you have a booger hanging out your nose. Instead of telling you when it actually happens or past that. And you know that Johnny knew you had a booger coming out. So there's a lot of questions. So for me, a mentor is exactly what you said. Hold you accountable and make sure that you're authentic to yourself. And when he sees that it isn't, or she sees that you're not, calling you out in a loving way that says, I care enough about you to say this.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. We all need those people.
We do.
I have like a handful of them.
Right.
Like I think we all do that with each other here at the at Uncommon as a team because we love each other. It's like, call me out if I'm, not doing something.
Absolutely.
But then like, I know it's fun when I became a professional and like in this business world, like it really showed me like true friends because then they would call me out. It's like, hey, you said this, but you're not doing it. It's like, oh my gosh. And I'm not going to lie. There's times where I come home and I'm mad. Like
absolutely
mad for 48 hours.
Not easy.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to the gym. And then, but I promise you what I do, I stand by is like, I go back and say, hey man, You're right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. So you got to be humble and coachable to have a mentor. But I'm hopeful that this podcast will show you the power of it and will get you to draw an action item to go ask somebody to be your mentor.
Yeah, go get somebody. See the power of it.
And everybody loves helping people. There's nobody's going to be like, no, I don't want to do that. They might ask you like, hey, what does this look like for you? I want to meet daily. Somebody might be like, I just don't have the time. But hopefully that's it. So you've been listening to the Uncommon Life Project. I've been your host, Philip Ramsey.
And I'm Aaron Kramer.
Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, go be uncommon.
That's all for this episode of the Uncommon Life Project, brought to you by Uncommon Wealth Partners. Be sure to visit uncommonwealth.com to learn more about our services. Don't miss an episode as we introduce you to inspiring people who are actively pursuing an uncommon life.